Hey, mathematicians. We're going to try that one more time. Hey, mathematicians.
Hey, what?
So much better. Still waiting for 100% of eyes on me, though, so I know that you're hearing the instructions. Sir with the hat. Sir with the hat. Thank you. OK, so thank you for being flexible with the seating chart. That was not a good time for the technology to get all silly, but we got it fixed. OK, so now that we're at our seats, look around at the people next to you. This is going to be your group for today. OK, you're going to be collaborating productively with this group of people. I have projected the do now, very similar to other days. OK, you are taking out homework 9. It is homework 9. But I put the two numbers there of the problems to remind you which homework it is, number 88 and number 92. You are comparing both of your answers with someone at your table. You are having a discussion if you have different answers, OK? This is time to ask questions and get your questions answered. And then you're setting up the next blank page of your notebook to say problem 3.5, earthquake relief. This should be the title of your next blank page. When you are done with that, you're going to discuss the question that is up here. Would anyone like to read the question out loud? Sydney, please read the question.
When is decimal or fraction notation more useful and why?
So to clarify, thank you, Sydney. That's saying when is it more useful to use decimal notation and when is it more useful to use fraction notation, OK? You need to go and order those, so that's your last step of your do now. Questions? OK, we're going to jump right in. Miss Meg and I are going to come around and check the homework.
One more question, Leihua. What's the first thing you're doing as soon as Mrs. Chadron says go?
Oh, I'm blocking you. Sorry.
Opening your notebook to Awesome. Good. Opening your notebook to homework 9. Go!
I did not yet. Do you want me to project the seating chart? Yes, Ku'ule. Thank you, Ku'ule. What is this for?
The teacher letter for...
Oh, thank you, Ku'ule. That's so sweet. I was happy to do it for you. You should have your homework out.
I forgot to do it. What was the page number we're supposed to be on?
Page
90 and page 91.
Take out your notebook. Take out your notebook. Label the homework. Still talk about it.
I didn't do it.
Why not, Levi?
I forgot about it.
What?
I was too busy doing the presentation and
It's busy EQS time. What's your? So we need to make a plan to finish it. What's going to be your plan to finish it?
you said they didn't do it.
Levi, how can we make sure that it doesn't get forgotten again? Right, so can you write it in your homework folder right now? This is a really good idea. You're going to label this page, and then you're also going to write it in your homework folder, OK? OK? So Jaden and Levi, you're both going to write the homework down in your homework folder again right now, OK? OK? Can you talk to Miss Vanessa? Miss Beach needs to talk to you for a second. Sorry.
Paris' homework 9 looks different.
Oh, yeah. You're OK. So you did it.
Did I do it?
Yes. Yep. You should have the pictures of the pizza. Leihua, your notebook should be opened. If it's not, OK. Can I see your homework? Can I see your homework?
Get down over a sheet of paper.
And that is. Ah, Sora. OK. Next time, tape it in right away. OK, Sora, you have to show it to me next time. OK.
Tell me it's
You guys, this table.
Only one who did it.
So Ku'ule, you're gonna talk. You're still gonna lead this discussion about the homework problems. Open to that page and talk about them. You're not doing it now, but you are going to talk about it, okay?
Hello.
And you all need to write it in your homework folder right now. Talk to them. Where's your drawing of the pizzas? Or is this you wrote it out though? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation. What is this? Oh, thank you. Oh, you even drew a little person. Do you have your homework 9? Thank you. Okay, did you compare your drawings? Because this is super detailed, so I want you to make sure that you're both on the same page about your visuals, okay? Because I see that Lucy has a different visual than you do, but does that mean that either one of you is wrong? Or does that just mean you thought it? So talk about it to see if you agree or if you don't agree, okay? Same with you.
Okay, I checked that.
Okay. Homework 9? Homework 9? Says you have to have it out. So how much does each person get, though? How much does each person get? I see a visual. Ah. But what's 1.25 of a pizza? If you tell me 1.25. But aren't there 10 students? You agree with that?
Yes.
What do you think?
If you divide
Do you have it?
8 pizzas,
I checked it on a calculator.
10 divided by 8, it's 1.25. Yeah. And then I did the visual as best as I could with.
Wait, but if you have 10 people, 10 times 1.25 is a number greater than 10. If there's 10 people and they each get more than one pizza, there should be more than 10 pizzas. Do you agree? Huh? There's 8 pizzas, 10 people. Oh, that's where the confusion is. Okay. Do you have the homework? She's okay with that. It's a different assignment.
Oh, okay. So.
Can I see your homework 9? Hey, Lahua, take out your homework folder. You need to write it down right now. Do you agree with Dylan's answer? Did you all wrote it down?
I'm still trying to get my pro skills.
Did you write it down in your homework folder, Levi? Can you take out your homework folder?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Today is the 7th. Miss Meg, can I add?
These guys are done.
Cool. Okay. So what is your next step after you're done discussing the homework?
90 and 91.
So you wrote it down, right? Okay, so next,
I don't know what in number. Like
oh, what page number? Kool-Aid, what page number was it?
90 and 91.
Page 90. 91.
pro skills.
Okay, so now that you wrote it down, what do you need to do next? Okay, keep each other in check. Help them out. I'm just listening to your discussion.
Yeah. So, since I would tell her that decimals are because since decimals is over 100, is parts of 100. Fractions are also parts of 100.
Did you put Karis down?
I didn't because I thought.
She actually, yeah, she did it. It wasn't homework 9 though. She had already.
So she did it.
Yes.
Yeah,
She did
I didn't
it.
put her down. Okay, good. That's what I thought.
Yes.
Did we agree on our drawings?
Yeah. So, 2 more minutes. So wait for Jackson. Okay, so we have about 2 more minutes. If you have not finished checking homework, I want you to pause there, and I want you to move on, okay? Number 3 and 4 have to be done. So open up your notebook, okay? Set up the next blank page with this title. Problem 3.5, earthquake relief. Yes, I know, this sounds a little bit like life science right now, but that's what we want you to do, okay? And then you have that last minute to talk to the person next to you and discuss, when is it more helpful to use fractions or decimals and why? Right? Do I want to use fractions or decimals to describe the pizza that I ate last night? I know, it's making me a little hungry. Okay, keep going. You should be on 3 and 4.
Or you're looking at it already?
Yeah, but we already discussed.
You did discuss it. What did you come up with? What kinds of scenarios would it be more useful to use decimals in?
I said fractions would be useful when it's
When it's food, why?
let's say
Oh, okay.
It would be harder if you do decimal 0.5.
You need to be part of this discussion. You're not starting the problem. You're just labeling your page. You're not starting the problem yet. You're just labeling the page. Oh, okay. Well, you need to be part of this discussion right now.
I feel that I would just like to use decimals for everything except food because I feel that decimals is a simpler way of fractions, honestly.
Even if it's food or except
No,
food?
except for food. Because fractions you gotta add like the zero on top and the zero on the bottom if you want to make it equivalent.
What do you mean by that?
So if I wanted to turn 1/10 into like a bigger value, I have to add a zero there and a zero there.
And by adding a zero, you're actually doing what? Instead of,
Making it the same, but except more except making a bigger place value.
right, because you're multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 10. That's how you add a zero, right?
Yeah, fractions, I could just do this. Or something like that. I can just keep adding zeros once. I just like the lazy way. Because math is, like, my old teacher told me that math is just a lazy thing.
It's not lazy, it's efficient, right? If you have an efficient way, it doesn't mean you're lazy. I'm waiting for 100% of powerful shakas. If your shaka looks asleep, please wake it up. Double in, wake up your shaka. Thank you.
Just as a reminder, whenever we're using silent shaka, we're waiting for you to wrap up your conversation with a peer and finish telling them why you would use decimals to describe money, like Kulale and Levi were doing, instead of saying, I'm approximately $1.50 or $1.75, right? We decided that would sound a little strange.
So, would anyone like to read this question out loud that is now up on there? Lucy, nice and loud.
Has anyone ever volunteered for a food drive or any other kind of drive?
Take a second to think of your answer. Have you ever volunteered for a drive of any sort? Raise your hand if you have. Can you give a 10-second explanation of what you did, Jaden?
So basically, you just bring a bunch of, bring some food, put it in a box, and you sell it to needy people.
Do you sell it?
No, you just give it to them for needy people. I don't know how to explain it much better. Oh, okay. Anyone?
Invite someone else to tell their experience.
I invite Dublin. Because timing wasn't that off.
Wait, say it loud so everyone can hear.
At my old school, if we had like a bunch of candy from Halloween, we could donate it to kids that didn't go trick or treating.
Oh, who was that for, Abby? For me? Miss Meg, did you have one to share? I invite Miss Meg.
I was just going to say, this is reminding me of something I read in the morning message this morning. Did anyone make a connection? What did we hear in the morning message this morning? In the announcement section. What did we hear? Have we heard from Zoe yet? No.
So,
Yes, not everyone, okay?
in the morning message, there's a drive for the Salvation Army where we can donate things for the kids there.
What's the difference between this drive and a food drive? Is our drive a food drive? You have to see that. Totally have it.
So, the difference is food
Eyes on Kool-Aid.
one is for food, and the other one is clothes, and well, it's for babies, so baby stuff. And the other one's just food because they have a video on food.
Okay. With that in mind, ooh, sorry. It was such a short distance. With that in mind, we are going to turn to page 79 of our workbook. And like in the past, we have read aloud Some of you might have already started pre-reading it when you had your discussion during the Do Now. We're going to read aloud together the explanation to our problem for today. Oh, you're there. Okay. So if you get the community ball, you're going to read one sentence, nice and loud, and you are going to pass the community ball to the next person to read the next sentence, okay? If you are not reading, you are doing what with your fingers? Shing! You are following along with your reading finger.
Try that one more time. Can everyone get out their reading fingers?
Swing!
Perfect. Now
Wonderful.
put them directly on the page, right where it says on. And who's going to start us reading?
On January 12, 2010, the 7.7 magnitude earthquakes struck the country of Ghana. It destroyed many homes and caused great destruction. Many people had no place to live and little clothing and food.
I'll get it for you, Lola. You can read.
In response, people from all over the world
Collected clothing, household items, and food to send to the victims of the earthquake.
Students at middle school decided to collect food to distribute to families whose homes were destroyed.
They packed what they collected into boxes to send to the families. The students have to solve some problems as they pack the boxes.
As you work on this problem, ask yourself, when is decimal or fraction notation more useful and why?
Oh, almost. Thank you. That was very clear reading aloud. Okay, so this is the context for this problem. Okay, in this problem, if you turn the page, please sit up if you are not sitting up. We just had physical activity. Our brains are energized, and we're ready to solve this problem. Okay, so turn the page to page 80. Turn the page to page 80. You're going to see that there's A, B, C, and D, just like there are in most of the problems that we do in these investigations, right? Okay, so the context for all of these problems is this food drive. I know that it said that they collected food and clothing and household items, but within these problems, we're just focusing on the food that these people collected, okay? So you might have noticed you have a poster paper on your table. And you might have noticed somewhere on that poster paper, there should be a letter, okay? Every table is going to be working on either part A, part B, or part C, okay? So it's a little bit different from other days when we just go from the first problem and we work our way through the problem as much as we can. You're actually going to all start at different places in this problem so that we have time to reach all of the different parts of it, okay? So this is how today is going to work. You are going to first notice which problem you're working on. So actually, it might be easier if I post the seating chart. Take a look up here. That's what these letters are for. Someone at this table, what problem are you working on? What part? Kule?
A.
Part A. Someone at this table, what part are you working on?
Part B.
Part B. Someone at that table, what part are you working on? You are working on part B. Thank you for already knowing what I was going to ask. Part A. On that table? Part C, okay? So that's the part you should automatically go to in your book when we start our work. Notice you have this poster paper in front of you. Okay? This is going to help you do your work. Wait, I'm going to go back. So much switching between slides. Okay. So to solve this problem, you're going to need to work with every single person at your table. As always, we have set up our notebook page. We've all set up our own notebook page. You need to show your thinking in your own notebook. So everyone at all times needs to be writing in their own notebook. Okay? However, when you have all come to a conclusion about one part of the problem, you're going to use this poster that's taped onto your table to help to show your work. Does someone want to notice something about their poster?
I'm wondering why it has all those lines up. Does anyone know? Has anyone looked far enough ahead? Isaac, do you want to have your hypothesis about why that poster looks like it does? Are there just as many squares as people on your table? No. Okay. So I wonder what it could be. Carter?
So it said, for us, it says the eighth person have 14 boxes. I have an assumption that's just going to be 14 boxes, and we have to organize it.
Okay, so maybe each square equals a box. That's the assumption. Do I have any agreeing with Carter? Me. How do we agree? How do we agree silently? How do we agree silently? Thank you. And then do I have anyone agreeing with Isaac? Everyone at your table has a box?
Is that true?
They're both very good guesses. In this case, Carter is correct. The number of boxes on your table corresponds directly to the number of boxes that your group is filling, or your grade level is filling, right? So Kalani's group is the 7th grade. We've promoted them already. And they have 10 boxes. Thank you, Kalani. And on their poster, it is divided into 10 squares, right? Okay?
So I'm actually noticing that we're going to continue our reading. At the top of problem 3.5 on page 80, I think it would be beneficial for all of us to read this all together because this applies to everyone. So you're at the top of page 80 under problem 3.5. You are following along. And I'm just going to read it nice and loud to give us the context for what these boxes are doing, okay? Each grade was assigned different numbers of families for which to pack boxes. Each grade shared the supplies equally among the families they were assigned. They had bags and plastic containers to repack items for the individual boxes. They also had a digital scale that measured in kilograms and grams. Okay, so basically, if you notice the pictures on your part of the problem, so in the part A, there's a picture of a box of powdered milk, and it says how much all of that milk weighs together. It weighs 13 kilograms. And then there's also a box of wheat crackers that weighs 3 kilograms, and a box of oranges that weighs 24 kilograms. So group A is going to try to figure out if they need to split all of this food among 6 families, how much of each food does each family get? Okay? So that's the same setup for each group. What you're going to do, Miss Meg just passed out a key. Not a key to like unlock a door, but a key. What kind of key do you think this is, based on what we kind of do in math sometimes? Abby, like a hint, right? What kind of things do we normally put in a key, Dublin? It's like a legend, right? That's another word for a key. Yeah, so you're going to use this key to color coordinate your poster if that's something that your group finds useful, okay? We can talk about that individually at groups if you get to that point and you decide you do want to use this key. This is something that we're giving you a tool that you can decide to use if that's helpful for your group, okay? This is so important. You need to show all of your work in your notebook. I need eyes up here, so I see I have your attention. You're sitting up straight. You're going to make your answers clear because you're going to have so much thinking and so much work that you're doing. But if your answer gets lost in there and you don't circle it, then you're losing that work that you did because you're not showing your final answer, right? You have to label everything. What units are we working with? What does it say? How much is each? What weight measurement are we working with? Sydney? Kilograms, okay? That's abbreviated kg. And the last thing is that you need to share this poster. So nothing can be written on this poster until your entire group agrees. Okay? Are there any questions?
Do you want to talk about the colors?
Yes. So, for example, Miss Vanessa, can you pass this? This group got 3 different colors to use in their key. because they have 3 different types of foods that they are splitting up. There's only one blue marker, so if the blue marker is going to represent the milk, only one person can be writing on the poster at one time, because that way we can ensure that everyone agrees before you write something down. We can't have Dylan writing on the poster and Lehua writing on the poster both in blue marker, because then that means they haven't discussed and decided on one answer yet, okay? You need to discuss before you write on the poster. The poster is your last priority. Your notebook, your work in your notebook, and having a discussion is more important, okay? Can I see a thumbs up or thumbs to the side or thumbs down on if you understand how this problem is going to work? If you're not sure what we're doing, you have a thumb completely down. If you have one question or a few questions, you're going to have your thumb to the side. I need to see everyone's thumbs so I know if I need to have more discussion or if I can come to just your table. Hule, where are you? It's okay if you're not sure. Questions are fine. Dublin, I need to see a thumb. Okay, so it looks like we're ready to start, and we will come answer individual questions as we go. Notice what part you're starting on and go ahead and get started. Read the instructions, okay? Read your setup. Okay, jump right in. We'll come around. Yes. Okay, fill up your water bottle really quickly. What group are you? What part are you?
Are you guys A?
You're part A. Okay. I need to cut this up for you. I'm going to leave this on your table. I'm actually going to cut it, I'm going to rip it. This is some way that you could be answering the problem. It's just a suggestion. It's not exactly the way you need to do it. It's just to help you out if you get stuck about how to answer it, okay? So these are some sentence starters to help you organize your thinking. Let's see if I can rip it. You guys think I can?
Yeah.
Oh, haha. So there's one for the whole table, okay? Chio, what was your question? You can use grams. What do you mean by that? Yes. How would you use grams if this stuff is labeled in kilograms? What? What? You would convert it. Does anyone know how many grams are in 1 kilogram? What? Yep, 1,000. But you don't have to convert it. If that's something you think would be helpful, you need to explain to your group what you're thinking about it, okay? You're all working together.
Wouldn't that be more work if we added more?
Good question. Hi. What group are you?
0.5.
C. Okay, this is something for you to use if it would help you. It's just a tool. You can decide to use it or you can decide not to use it, okay?
What is it?
It's a way to set up your answers if you would like to, right? Just to help you if you think that that's something.
I'm confused. Okay, so we have to write as a fraction and as a decimal of the whole? Or as like kilograms?
No, like everything's separate. Like, this is which decimal is this, which decimal is this. So the raisins are 0.5 kilograms split upon 14 pounds.
0.5 fraction or decimal?
Is 0.5 a fraction or a decimal?
Decimal.
Decimal.
Okay. So how did you get 0.5?
Because 7 is half to 14.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that each box should have 0.5 kilograms of raisins?
Yes.
Yeah, you've done half of the work for that. How would you say that in a fraction notation now?
Or half.
Half. 1/2.
Half of what? Half a raisin?
Half of 14
So 7/14. 7/14.
Or you could simplify it to a half. But make sure your label is clear. Is it half a raisin? Is it half of 14 kilograms? Or half a kilogram? Okay, you all have to come to a consensus. Okay? Yes, Lola. Yes. Go quickly. Woo! Sorry. I keep getting stuck.
What is that?
It's the mic thing. Okay, what group are you? What part are you working on? You are working on part A. You are all working on the same part. You're working together?
Wait, how many?
Yes, we're each doing a number, then we're going to flip that.
You're each doing a number. Oh, no. Please do number 1 all together first. Because number 2 doesn't make sense until you do number 1, okay? Do number 1 all together first, okay? I appreciate your effort to be efficient. What does the key mean, you guys?
So the key is like,
know on a map, like it
Like a
shows
triangle or whatever.
like 75 inches is like 75
Inches is a rabbit head.
Yeah, like
Right. In this case, your key is going to be for your colors. So what colors do you have? You have yellow, you have pink, and you have... Okay, so this is a tool that might help you with this key. Do you think oranges, what color do you think we should represent with oranges?
yellow.
Okay, Levi, will you highlight oranges in yellow? You just put yellow, highlight oranges. Or just you can circle that dot with yellow. Put yellow somewhere on this line. Quickly, just anywhere. Yep, this is the whole line. Yep. Thanks, Levi. So your oranges, the key, yellow stands for what? Oranges. What should pink stand for?
Crackers.
Okay, make a mark somehow.
Blue should stand for milk.
We just need to make a decision and then we can move forward.
Yeah, blue milk.
Doesn't really affect it too much. And then blue stands for? So you can transfer that to your key if you'd like. Hopefully, so that's what the key is for. That's true. That's what the key is for, Levi. That can help you with your thinking. If you want to represent how much milk goes into each box, you can write it in blue marker on your chart.
Blue dyed milk.
Can I?
Why
Does that make sense?
Why does A have more numbers in all of them?
What do you mean have more numbers?
1, 2, 3, 1, 1.
Ah, because it does. That's why each group is working on a different one. I don't know why they chose to make it that way. So you're going to all work on number 1 first, though. So what's your first step? You are just doing this right now. Okay, focus on this.
Yeah, because it's
One after two.
So it's saying the 6th graders are packing boxes. They need to figure out how much of each item goes in each box. You're going to write it in fractional, in a fraction and a decimal. Group, I'm not sure if you're hearing me.
So 6 boxes. Maybe we can like try divide it, like
Oh,
13 divided by 6, and 3 divided by 6.
talk to your group. Talk to your group. Group, we all need to be looking at Jaden because he has an idea right now.
So maybe we should like.
Let me get a calculator. You beat me to it. Levi got a tool out that's really gonna help you. If that's a tool that's gonna help your learning, absolutely. You can take out your own also.
I'm writing on here, and kind of just instead of my notebook, I've just been writing at the bottom. Is that okay?
Well, you do. When we do your next notebook check, we want to see that you have work in here. You don't need to write on this. This is to help you. This is a resource to organize your thinking. The poster, but that's where you put you put it on the poster.
Yeah.
You can
I'm gonna check.
use that however you'd like,
Okay.
but know that each person has to have their work in their notebook. Okay?
Great, so that's your fraction.
so, but then we.
What were you saying, Isaac?
There should be 2.16. But that is not. But how would we put no 2? And the 1 6. I don't know if you put the 1 6. Or we could put it in.
What do you mean, Isaac?
We're dividing each one into 6,
Okay.
and we divided 13 into 2.16 by
2.16. What? What's your label?
6.
Ah, so you're thinking what to round to? Round to the 1,000th decimal point.
So that's 2.166.
Yes. Round to the 1,000th. Does that help answer your question?
2.16.
Round to the 1,000th, the 3rd decimal place.
I knew that would be a 7.
Would you like one, Chio? Remember that you're all working together, okay? How is it going?
I can't really think because
This chart doesn't make sense to me, so I'm doing it.
It doesn't make sense to you? Okay, so what have we done? What part are you? You're part B? Okay. So let's start. Do we start with one of which food are we going to start with?
I'm doing the.
Well, you're all doing the same thing. You guys want to start with cheddar cheese?
Apples. Apple.
Let's make a decision.
Apples.
Let's just be flexible. Are you happy to start with apples?
Apples are flexible.
Okay. How many kilograms of apples are there?
45.
And how many boxes do you need to split that into?
10.
So what do we need to do? What kind of,
10.
divide what by 10?
45.
Stop. You are holding your book, Jackson. Jackson? So Kyson, what you could have said is, hey, look, you actually have your book in your hands, Jackson. So Kalani and you all just decided what kind of problem are we having right now? What is dividing by what?
45 equals 45.
45 divided by what?
10 equals 45.
Does that make sense? That 45 divided by 10 equals 45?
2.5.
45 divided by 10.
Divided by 45.
Wait, can I try?
Oh, what did Kyson say?
4.5.
What do we think? We're getting a lot of different answers. Why is that true? Why does that make sense, Kalani?
Because 4.5 is from like 45.
Ah, except the decimals moved, right?
I see it now.
You see the decimal now?
Besides, this calculator doesn't work.
Why? Oh, weird. Okay, sorry. Do you two have one in your bag, a scientific one at all? Okay, can you share with Dublin since you guys are working together anyway? I'm sorry that it's not working. Do you have a phone that you could use the calculator app for? Okay. You guys, we need to share calculators with everyone at our table. Unfortunately, this one's not working. So make sure that you're sharing your calculator and you're thinking with everyone, okay? Just scribble out. Don't waste your time with that, okay? So we're gonna label our paper apples, right? Oh yeah, you can use this. Each box should have how many kilograms of apples?
4.5.
You're still saying 45, and he's saying 4.5.
Or you could use homework 9.
Or you could use what?
Homework 9 because 92 has a problem.
Ah, it has a similar problem.
Yeah, 10 divided by 8. Or 8 divided by 2.
Oh, okay. Talk to your group about that. That's a good connection that you're making. Remember, you need to answer each one in decimals and fractions. So what is 4.5 as a fraction? 4.5 is 4 wholes and 0.5. Guys, so how do we convert 4.5 into a fraction?
Okay, 4.
Oh, you times the denominator.
Be aware that it's 4 whole kilograms.
Whole. But okay, so.
Do them in 2 parts.
No. So, okay, is it 5 over 4?
What is 0.5? Go back to your chart. Guys, go back to your fraction chart that we wrote down. What is 0.5 as a fraction? Then look over at Jackson's.
1/2.
Yes, 0.5 is 1/2. Okay, so what is 4.5? 4 wholes and 0.5.
Well,
9.
Your answer is gonna be a mixed number.
Half of 9.
Your answer is gonna be a mixed number.
It's 1 whole.
How many holes?
1. Because if it was 5 over 4, then it would be 1.
Where are you getting the 5?
Is
So
it at 4.5?
yes, 4.5, but you're converting it into a fraction.
So then
But it's gonna be a mixed
it would be
number.
Improper fraction.
Yeah, so you're actually gonna convert it.
Improper fraction first. So 5 over 4.
You're giving yourself more work to do.
I change it to the mixed number.
You need to be part of this conversation. You have 4 wholes and 0.5. How would you write that 0.5 as a fraction?
Well, homework 9, problem 92 has the fraction 5 over 4.
But did it use the same numbers? That fraction doesn't matter if it didn't use the same numbers. Sarah, we're going to stay talking about this problem. I'm going to walk away for a second because it looks like you're not having this discussion. You need to have this discussion. I don't think this works. Okay? You need to have this discussion. How do you turn 4.5 into a mixed number? A mixed number has a whole number and a fraction. How many wholes do we have?
4.
4. What's our fraction? Jackson, help us out. 0.5. What does 0.5 equal as a fraction?
1/2.
1/2. So how many holes do we have?
4
And-
and 1/2.
Oh! Should write that down. Are we working together? I see that we're all taking notes in a different way. If once you agree on something, oh great. Divide each thing by what? Oh, okay. And make sure you're showing your answers in fractions and decimals, okay?
Okay.
We have until 10:20.
Yeah, they're doing really, really well. So, I'd say they all need at least 5 more minutes in their group to like kind of get the answers, and then we'll
You think they're ready to share out
sharing.
almost?
almost, yeah.
That
Kalani's group doing.
we were having a long discussion about how to turn 4.5 into a fraction, and Jackson was saying he wanted to turn it into an improper fraction and then a mixed number, and I was like, well, you have wholes and you have a part, so we're just going to turn it directly into a mixed number. How many wholes do you have? 4. What does 0.5 equal? 1/2. How do you turn that into a fraction? Like turn that whole thing into a mixed number. 5/4. No. How many, but they finally got it when I walked away, so I don't know if they'll be able to transfer that to the next scenario though. I think,
Let them go.
yeah. How much are we being sticklers about the poster?
They're moving on to the poster now.
Oh, okay.
They found the answers.
Okay.
How fun is this? Wait, I have a question. So,
I have an answer, hopefully.
so,
Did you ask this question to your group first?
well, for 2.17, do you use
You're going to write it as a mixed number.
Oh, so I think it's 2 and 1/7.
What? How did you get 1/7?
I'm done. 2.17. I'm done.
Talk to your group about that.
I think it's right. I think it should be like 6 as a denominator.
Remember how we turn. Remember, use your place value chart that you wrote down.
I'm already done.
Use that place value chart that you wrote down. Where is the 1/7? Where is that 7? What place value does that 7 fall on? It's 17. What?
1 and 10.
You need to have a decimal on that chart. Why is there no decimal? That's the most important part of the chart. Write it right now. Where does the decimal go on that place value chart?
I feel like
Okay.
they should be Friday.
Yeah, your decimal is either here or up there. Sora can write it.
I want to go shopping.
Kool-Aid. Is this making you hungry?
Why?
Is it making you hungry? Talking about food? No?
I just
Okay.
want
Make sure you're staying focused with your group. You guys are doing a lot of hard work, but you're not done answering the questions yet, right?
It's making me thirsty.
How do we turn 2.17 into a mixed number?
So the 7 is part of the tenths.
Is it? What place value is the 1?
In the tenths.
And the 7 is the?
Hundredth.
So how many hundredths are there here?
7. Wait, 17.
How many hundredths are there? Are there 7 hundredths or are there 17 hundredths in 2.17?
17.
How do you write that as a fraction? Say it. Say what you just said. How many hundredths are there?
17.
Hundredths.
38.
How do you write 17 hundredths as a fraction?
17.
It's not a trick question. Kool-Aid, how do you write 17 hundredths as a fraction?
0.17.
As a fraction. As a fraction, not a decimal.
17
That's a decimal.
over 100.
Oh, what do we think of that? Is that correct?
With 17 over 100.
Talk to each other. Talk to each other. We're trying to turn 0.17 into a fraction.
Yeah, it'd be 17.
See if your group agrees.
If it goes in 4 times
times, then we get 56, which is over by 1. But if we get it by 3, then we have it over. Then we have it under by. Then we have it over by 13.
So if we do 3, so then it'd be 13 point something. And then we have, wait, what do we have left?
13.93. We can't do that because
We just rounded up to 15.
divided by 14.
Wait, what's 13
Which one are we working
times
on?
14?
We get it a little bit over by 2 tenths or 200.
Wait, can I see a calculator?
Nice job fixing that.
Watch this.
Are we all working on the same problem?
Yeah, we are. We're doing a bit.
Just trying to follow your conversation.
Equals 13. So 13.
Fill me in on which one you're talking about.
I'm talking about the orange.
So what's your dilemma right now?
We're trying to find out how many times it can go in.
Yeah.
Into what?
Into 14.
I think it's more likely going to be.
So what are you dividing by what? What's your problem? What?
Right now we're dividing, so 195 by 14.
And you're getting what kind of number?
Well, right now,
A very long decimal that we round
Show me.
up. So if we do 195 divided by
Wait, that was 15. You just typed in 15. Yep. Try again. There you go.
divided by 14 equals.
Okay.
And then if you
Was it help? What? And then so what's your problem here?
when we round up, we get, because instead of writing down this whole long fraction, because it's hard to
Oh, can I?
we're trying to find an accurate way to.
Oh, I love those words. We're trying to find an accurate way. Can I tell you what I told another group? You're going to round to the nearest thousandth. What place value is thousandth? Why that? All of,
Saved us a lot of trouble.
so you're rounding to the nearest thousandth. Do you want to know why I made that decision? I didn't just decide I get to be the teacher and tell you. Because do you know how many grams are in a kilogram? So in this case, it makes the most mathematical sense to round to nearest thousandth. Okay? Does that help you move forward? Awesome. Where are we at? I'm on number 3. You all have to be on the same part. So did we all finish number 1, part 1?
Yes.
Yeah? Chio, did you finish part 1? All right, so and we talked about, so we all worked on part 2?
Yeah.
What do we think about Mary? Mary and Melik. I've never heard that name before, Melik.
Funda.
What? Oh, Funda.
Funda's right
Okay, Funda's right? Why?
because she rounded up.
Oh, okay. This is the discussion you were having like 2 minutes ago, right? Cool. Great. Okay. You're working really hard. You're almost done. When you are done, I'm going to help. Let me raise your hand, okay? Let me know because you're going to share out with another group, okay? Well, your whole group has to be done. Why was this open?
Oh, we were looking at how to convert decimals into fractions.
Ah,
We had no.
this is what problem 88 was for. How do you convert decimals into fractions?
You look at where the last number thingy is.
Uh-huh.
See if it's like in the 10, 100, 1,000.
No, I am.
And then you do like that number over the. Oh, you got started drawing.
Does your whole group agree with that?
It's a drawing.
Do you guys agree with Zoe's explanation?
Yes.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, except the class was too loud.
Yeah. So you convert a decimal to a fraction by doing what, Nicola? Zoe said something about converting a decimal to a fraction by using the place value.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Joe, can you repeat that?
I'm using grid.
So we're going to listen to what Zoe said one more time.
No, just look here.
Yep, this is scratch paper. That's what your key is for. So our notebooks are closed. Why are our notebooks closed?
Stop bugging.
My notebook is. No, he said F me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, no, so Kalani, no, there's no excuse for that. That language is not acceptable in the classroom. Okay? Do you need to move your seat right here? Do you want a little bit more space? That's okay. Yeah? You want some space? You're allowed your space.
It's being so mean to me, that's why.
Okay, so it's seeming like this is not a productive grouping right now. What do you need to make it more productive? Do you want some space for a second? Okay, come on over here. That's fine. So, why are our notebooks closed?
My notebook's open. Oh, Miss Max has to clear up to write a cheddar cheese. And
Oh!
apple burn.
Okay. So who's gonna write the peanut butter?
I will. Wait, we got peanut butter done already?
Oh, never mind. Do what you got done already. You can go in any order you want. How many kilograms of cheddar cheese go in each box?
0.8. No, we're
0.8 kilograms.
Do I write this?
Well, how many kilograms of cheddar cheese go in each
That's
box?
apples.
We didn't do cheddar cheese.
He told me an answer. Okay, then do apples. How many kilograms of apples go in each box?
4.5.
Okay, go for it.
Do I write that?
In each box, yep, just like you did here. You want to write it in fraction or decimal? You can fill up like you can do it this big. This big. Should we write it in decimals or fractions or both, Kalani? Not sure. Okay.
I wish I woke up to the smallest adopted doctor's something.
Are you guys, what phase of your
We're color coding.
work so did you figure out how much of each food goes into each box? Yeah. You did every single one?
I did. And she did. And
So
she
you're all
did.
one group. So you have to all be on the same page. So once you finish that color code, then you can transfer that to your poster.
I know.
That's okay. So once you're done, you're gonna write, like for example, if there's 5.3 kilograms of saltines in each box, you're gonna write 5.3, 5.3, 5.3, 5.3, right? So you can show what each box has.
Miss Children, are we presenting this?
Are you presenting this? If we have time, yes, to another group, not to the whole class though. But you need to keep working first. Okay?
Oh, no.
So you might want to clear off this space, you guys. If you can't use the markers responsibly, I will take them away.
No, I was
They're a
smelling.
tool, okay?
I was smelling.
Yep, that's not using it responsibly. Oh, you made cheese!
I made cheese.
So we have about 3 more minutes, okay?
But it made it too hard.
I have a question. Does this say 23 or 2.3?
2.3.
Make your decimals so clear. There should be no question about the fact that there's, see Karis, you have a really clear decimal. Dylan, you have a very clear decimal. Now it's better. When did you do that? Just now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What are we working on at this point? Why are you standing up? Oh. To head to what?
Actually, some people are just like,
So instead of telling me what's happening going wrong, what do we need to do?
We're on oranges, right?
We're on oranges. Okay. How many oranges?
So 24 divided by 6, right? It's 4. Oh, okay.
Bam. 4 what of oranges? Bam.
So 4.
Look at that. When we all got on the same page, we solved it so quickly. Are you?
no, we have to do A2 now.
We have a few more minutes, so why don't you start reading part 2 and see, okay? But you have a seat. Yeah,
I'm sure it's
him and Kyson were, he said Kyson was bothering him, and Kyson said he said F you to him, so.
Be like 4 over
And Kalani started to argue, and I said, nope, there's no excuse for that. Do you need a break? And he started crying. I said, do you need a break? You can separate yourself, and so he separated himself. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna write it on the whiteboard. Lahua, this is not the best use of your math time, okay? I like that you're writing the label for your whole group, but this isn't the best use of your math time. So what could you be doing to help your group write this on here? So Karis, I noticed that you have 4 Swiss cheeses. Is that what those are? 4 Swiss cheeses? Okay, so but what decimal represents how many kilograms of Swiss cheese? Talk to your group. Make sure you're all on the same page. Can you remind Karis how much Swiss cheese goes into each box? Whoa, so I see that we have the apples labeled, almost all of them. We still have a few more to go. Each box, because how many boxes? Wait, how many boxes do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, look, they each have to have 4.5 apples. You can't not give a family some of the apples. That's not fair, right? Each family deserves just as many apples as the other families. So just so you know, we're about to wrap up. You've done a lot of hard work so far. You need to make sure that your work is written in your notebook. That means that this little piece of paper can be taped in, okay? That's okay. So do you have your work in your notebook, Kalani? You moved your spot, but you still need to be working, okay?
Miss Chandra,
Oh, you do have a lot of work shown.
tell me how to draw this color.
Yep, you do, because that color is peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Jaden is talking to you. You need to include everyone. 10:21. Should we stop? Okay. Yeah. Miss Meg. Finish what you're drawing, and then once you've capped your marker, you can put your shaka up. If you're still drawing or writing, you shouldn't have your shaka up. Cap it, Dylan. Put a cap. Okay. Whoa. I'm just going to say a few things I noticed. Miss Meg, jump in. I noticed that every single table was having a discussion with every single other person at their table throughout most of this class. I noticed that I saw fractions and decimals on everyone's paper, so I noticed that people were working through those conversions. I heard some conversations about place value and how to convert decimals to fractions or decimals to mixed numbers, which we didn't talk about explicitly. Please cap the marker. Thank you. We didn't talk about it explicitly, but you guys took that knowledge that we talked about from converting just decimals to fractions, and you used it to help you convert decimals to mixed numbers.
One of my noticings was that people displayed information in different ways. I saw tables. I saw people writing out explanations and writing out how they got them. I saw drawings. I saw fractions, and I saw decimals. So there were different ways that information was displayed. Another noticing has to do with one of our SEEK sustainability skills. And I noticed that people were able to easily check in with an adult if they were or if they were struggling with collaborating productively. So I was very thankful for that because it gave Ms. Shadran and I an easy check-in with group members. So how is everything going? Good, we're collaborating productively. I think we're struggling a little bit, okay? Another noticing relating to group work is that some people worked at their own pace, but the group seemed to be fine with that. Some people went ahead a little bit, some people were still working on the other ones, and I noticed that no one seemed to feel bad about that. So I was really excited about that also.
So now that we've worked through this problem, you might not have finished every single thing that you started off to do, but everyone was working hard the whole time. So we're going to take all that work that we've done today and that stretching of our brains that we've done. And we're going to go back to the question that we asked ourselves at the beginning of class, which is, when is decimal notation more useful and when is fraction notation more useful, and why? Okay, so you're actually going to answer this question in a few sentences, 1 to 3 to 5 sentences, at least, I'm going to say at least 2 sentences, on Google Classroom. We actually asked it as a question. So before we do that, though, that means Miss Meg and I are going to collect all the markers. So can one person at each table gather all the markers? And once you've collected that, we need to get our Chromebooks out, okay? So you can stand up if you need to, if your Chromebook is on a different place. And I will come around and collect the markers. I think actually it might be easier if we wait till they leave. And we can talk about them for the juniors next time.
Will we be working on this again?
Yeah, so we'll revisit. We're going to come back to it next class. Whoops. Thank you, Sydney. Dylan, you need to go on Google Classroom. Go on Google Classroom. Oh, I didn't. Ah, Miss Meg, I have it as a draft. I forgot to.
Oh no.
Okay, it's officially been asked on Google Classroom. Markers? Oh, you guys already brought them. Calculators? Did I lend anyone a calculator here? Did I lend anyone a calculator here? Can I take, oh, you do still need this? Did I lend anyone a calculator here? Thank you. Did I lend anyone a calculator here? Thank you. Did I lend anyone a calculator here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This should be a silent reflection time. So your voice is only on if you're asking someone for a small question that you might have, but otherwise you're silently reflecting on this. This is your exit ticket for today. So you're going to answer this question. When is it more useful to use fractions, and when is it more useful to use decimals? So you can start by saying fractions are more useful when you're dividing what kinds of things? Maybe pizza or something like that? Yes, Nicole. Yeah, I'm going to post it on Google Classroom so you can write it down. When you're done with this, the homework is also posted on Google Classroom, so you can use that to write it down in your homework folder.
And then wait and raise your hand, and the teacher will sign it.
Did it show up for you, Nicola? Yeah. Cool. What are you doing? Are you done? Yeah. Okay, you gotta write your homework down. So refresh the page, because I just posted the homework. You might have to refresh the page after you click submit if the homework doesn't show up. Okay, and you need to write your previous homework down, so, okay. Hi. So fractions are more useful. So when you're dividing up a pizza, is it more useful to use fractions or decimals?
Fractions.
Okay, so that's one scenario that you could write.
Dividing pizza.
Okay, yeah,
I'm hungry
that's a
for
great, that's an answer that works. What about when you have money, Dylan? Are fractions more useful when you use money, or are decimals more useful when you use money? Like if you and I are splitting $10, what's more useful, fractions or decimals?
Fractions.
Why?
Because you're like splitting it up.
Okay, but for decimals also. So
Okay.
if I say you have $10.50, is that more useful, or is it more useful if I say you have $10.5?
10.5.
So that's an example of when what is more useful, fractions or decimals? Okay.
Okay, I'll put.
This is your own work, and Kaya's doing her work. It is more useful to use O. What do you mean by that?
It's easier to use.
What kind of clock problem? Like it's 3:45, is that what you mean? Oh, okay. Can you give that example? Or an example similar to that? Huh? Oh, yes. Do you want Scotch tape or masking tape? I feel like masking tape is stronger. There's some in the second drawer to the bottom there. Yeah, are there more of those? Yes, there are. No, second drawer to the bottom. Oh, you want to throw it away? Well, we should recycle it. There's a recycling bin on the way to Miss BCP's office. Where's your hand up, Burns?
Homework.
This one. Okay. Where's your time? What time is it? Where's your time?
Oh, 10:30.
Oh, okay. So you're going to have to help your table clean up. Okay. You're not excused yet. Did you write your homework down? Oh, okay. Mr. Hub. If you've written your homework down, you're raising your hand so one of us can come sign it. Ooh, what? Oh yeah, you can help check. Remember to write when this is due. If you'd like, you can start it. If you're done writing it down, you can take a look at it. Where am I looking? Okay, let me see. Today is the 7th. It's Monday, December 7th. Where am I looking? Your homework, Levi. Oh. Huh? It was posted on Google Classroom, but I'll also post the slide. The homework is also posted up here, if that's helpful for you. Okay, Jaden, you need to write both homeworks down. Okay.
90, 91.
Excuse me, it's
Number
still
88,
needs to be
92.
quiet in here. People are still doing their exit ticket.
Not quite yet. Maurice is also going to be signing for homework. So take out your homework folder. You're going to have to write last homework down also, right, Levi? Does anyone here need a signature? Do you need a signature, Aiko? Not yet? Keone, whoa. You okay? Are you okay? Do you need a signature on your homework? Or you're about to write it down? Okay. They haven't written it yet.
Page 89, 49.
Oh, sorry. Cute. Can you make sure you write your names on this? Oh, look, same color.
I was checked by Miss Meg.
Lucy, can you write your names on this poster? Just write all your names on that poster. Yeah, it's 33. Yeah. I haven't told anyone they can go yet.
Ella, sit down.
No one has been officially dismissed, so you shouldn't be walking away.
Okay, I need your eyes up here, even if you are on a core book.
G.
So, first of all, I just want everyone to give everyone else at their table and in the classroom a silent round of applause. Jackson, Kyson, Kalani, great job collaborating productively today. Once you have your homework down in your notebook, we need one volunteer from each table to take off the table chart, right? And we
Wait.
need you to fold it up. We're not talking yet, Lucy. Okay? Take off the table chart and the key, fold them up so we can put them in the recycling bin, and then you are dismissed to go to your next.
Just know that there's tape on the sides. I actually want to keep them. We'll keep them until next class, just in case. But we still want to fold them.
Fold them up. Fold them into fours.
There's tape on the sides underneath the table.